All right. How do you hear me, guys? Loud and clear? All right. So here's how it's gonna be. We'll start at 5, or I'm going to start asking player questions at 5, which is in 5 minutes, so nobody misses anything. For 30 minutes or so, I'm going to be playing something. Probably, let's see what I have here. I think I'm going to be playing artillery in global operations because, you know, everybody likes artillery. And yeah, just don't look at my vehicle setup. I mean, I didn't really prepare it, so yeah. And after like 30 minutes, I'm going to be checking time. And after that, I'm going to show you something exciting. I'm going to make an announcement. So yeah. So hello everybody. We have 5 minutes left. How are you all doing? Good so far? Glad to hear that. Yeah, I'm going to open a chat window on another PC, and I'm going to tilt the monitor towards myself. Very nice. It's great to actually have 2 functioning PCs. You know what? I'm going to get something to drink first. Right. All right. 3 minutes left. Seems like Maciek has already started giving out the codes, huh? Very nice, very nice. Artillery. I should probably run it with Freya, right? Oh, I have all these commanders. What does she do, huh? Douglas O'Reilly, Diaz, Isabel Moreau. No, let's take Freya. I think she actually even upgraded her. Huh? Eh, who cares? If you think this is flexing, You should see the dev server. Actually, you will. Like I said, it's going to be an exciting stream. Alright. It's 5 p.m. now, Central European Time. And I'm Sunstalker, as you already know, and I'll be your host for tonight. This is how it's going to be. First, we'll play, or I'm going to play, and answer your questions from the chat. Don't ask yet. I'm not looking. I'm going to answer the questions from the chat for like 30 minutes. I'm going to play artillery because that's the kind of guy I am. And oh, nice, drunk Russians. I'm probably going to have to board some people. Alright. And after that, I'm going to show you something exciting, promise. Okay, let's start with global operations. 2 minutes waiting time, good. I'm not going to put a skill, so I'll rather answer some of your questions, so you can start now. Oh yeah. Well, if the bonus codes say they're already activated, it means, you know, like somebody was faster than you. German AFV line. Sorry, not in the near future, but we do have some very exciting vehicles coming. Oh yes. 3 RDs. It can happen. It's actually the other side has 4 RDs. Oops. Damn. Oh well, you know, these things never go the way they are intended. They have 5 RTs. This is going to be fun. Jesus Christ. Can you hear me well over the game? My volume needs a bit boost. I can't really boost it. I can make the game more quieter. Actually, I think I'm going to go with this. Who needs sound anyway? So okay. I'm going to move to position. Then I'm going to start following the Sphinx. Alright. RTs are available in global operations for a special event. That.
We are capturing point 1.
Oh,
Enemy is capturing point
I guess
2.
I should have waited a bit. Okay. So yeah, it's a special event for like 1 week only, and artillery will be available in global operations for the duration of these few days. Oh.
We have captured point 1.
Pew 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 pew. Boom. Ah, damn it. Okay.
Enemy has captured point 2.
Will there be any Halloween event? Of course. Actually, we have a super nice Halloween skin coming up. I'm going to show it to you, I think. I'm probably not supposed to, but I'll do it anyway. Yeah. Oh, you know, this is really fun. Like, I can press a button like every 5 seconds. And boom. Damn it. New dealer next year. Actually, I'm pretty sure we're going to just extend another dealer, but more progression vehicles. Yes, absolutely. We will start the year with an Asian line. So occurs to me I didn't hit anything yet. It's kind of awkward. But yeah, we'll start the year with Asian line, Japanese stuff, Korean stuff, you know, that kind of things. Yes, Ishamal, pretty much. That's the goal. More cancer. I mean, the doctors have to eat, right? Pew.
That was close.
Nice, 400 damage. Ooh, very exciting. And the flying turret.
Ammo up.
Oh, this is fun. I suppose I could interrupt somebody's capture. Phew. Oh, or not. Tier 10 Chapter 3 seems impossible to win. It's hard. Oh, where is the air raid coming from? I feel like I'm going to be killed. No, let's find some others. Okay. Huh? Who's here? Bye bye. Okay, yeah, it's a bit cancers. Yeah, it's hard when you run with randoms. So,
Team objectives have changed. New points are
well, I
marked on the
suppose you
map.
should
Enemy is
probably
capturing
find
point
yourself a
3.
platoon or something. Yeah, I know it's kind of lame to say it like that, but it's like tier 10 special operations. It's apart from the battalion modes. It's really hard, and it's intended to be very hard. So not sure what else to tell you. I mean, if you have a good team,
Enemy has captured point 3.
then
We are capturing point 4.
PvE rewards will be halved. Is that true? No. Developer story begin. What does it mean, developer story? Sorry, I don't really follow. Huh? Here's somebody. Yeah.
Loader, AT.
I suppose that was less exciting than I thought it would be.
We have captured point 4.
Mm-hmm.
Enemies captured point 5.
Ha! At least some splash. Any plan to remove PvP maps from global operations? No, actually, we don't really plan to do much with global operations for the near future, but it's something we are looking at. Huh. Okay, I gotta admit, this whole playing and talking thing at the same time is hard. Oops. You didn't see that, okay? Okay. Well, that was really awkward. Will we see Commander Magnus Halter in the future? No, but you will see. You will see, actually definitely see like more, so to say, storyline commanders. Oh, actually killed somebody. Very exciting. But what kind of? I mean, one of the upcoming commanders will be in the next battle pass. He is technically a storyline commander, but you don't know it yet because you don't really know his name yet. But yeah, he's cool. He's cool. I mean, when I saw his portrait for the first time, I was like, yeah, this is fun. And it's like, yeah, he's cool. Are they planning to add another guy to help you with news and jobs? Well, they already added Maciek. Maciek is the general community manager, so he's not technically like helping me, but he has tasks of his own. But yeah, I'm not alone anymore, which is encouraging. As for graphics, well, we are always working on updates like for existing models. For example, recently the Leopard 2A5, or was it 2A6? Well, one of those got a graphic overhaul, or for example the Challenger, and we are always like improving the models or working for graphic options. For example, the dynamic dirt system, which is still kind of not ready, but basically the idea is, huh? The idea is to. Did we win? Hmm. The idea is to actually. What happened here? Why did? Ah, okay. Well, I suppose it's so. Ooh, I did nice, huh? All right. Well, the general idea is that we are always improving this whole graphic situation. And yes, I know the T72B still needs a fix. Hmm. Hi, baby Hitman. So the Abrams model, yeah, it's one of those things that do need improvements, but I don't really know when we get to it. For the A3, new model, I don't think that's planned. Although I do think that they actually made some improvements to it when they were making the Avenger. And as for new game engine, that's not really happening, guys. It's not that we didn't think about it. Actually, it might sound weird, but we did think about it. And yeah, it wasn't exactly declined, but it's like a very long term plans. Maybe never. I don't know, but definitely not in the near future. You can't hear me, huh? Is it a bit better now? Because well, that's weird. I can hear myself just fine during the stream. Well, the graphics of Armored Warfare were better than SD World of Tanks, so technically. As for sounds, actually we are always improving them. Like it's not that long ago we improved the gun sounds, for example, and we did improve shell sounds, shell impact sounds, and so on. So technically, yeah, we're working on that. What's planned in the future for clan battles? I mean, there are like bigger clan wars in long-term plans, but yeah, not in the immediate future. For now, like in the next season, we will be mostly focusing on bugs and so on. So yeah. In the next battle phase, can we win more tanks and not skins? Actually, I think there will be three reward tanks and one box tank, something like that. But there will be plenty of skins. What's wrong with skins? They're cool. Well, some of them. Challenges against battalions. I mean, you guys actually do have battalion ranked battles, so you can participate in that if you want to. so it's not like there aren't any rewards. But we are readying some really nice battalion improvements, which we already talked about in the past. For example, there will be a special battalion vehicle. And there will also be... let's see if it helps. There will also be a battalion trading system, like stuff that battalion members will be able to trade between each other. So that's cool.
Enemy has captured point 1. That was close.
Nice. At least something. Splash. And yeah, I think the Shadow RSTV, the new report vehicle, should be actually pretty exciting. I think you guys will like it. What's here? Okay. Are we working on a new UI for battle? Yes, we have a really cool prototype actually. It's not something I can show you, but it's very much work in progress, but it does look cool. So that should be coming next year.
We have captured point 2.
And yes, I know I should be moving. Alright. I know how it works and I understand. Sorry, Bicenzu, I don't really understand what you mean. I'm not following the chat all the time, so don't expect me to pick up on conversations, guys. Sorry. It's just like I actually have to sometimes look at the screen. So, yeah. The trophy over progression system and so on. So yeah, I mean, I already talked about it on Discord. It's over progression. We do want players to put some effort in it, and that's pretty much all there is to it. I mean, you may disagree with it, but yeah, we do not want players to unlock everything like after 1 minute they log on. So putting effort versus money for competitive one. Hit. Not bad. At least something. Now let's face it, the artillery isn't the most useful thing in the world. Okay.
We have captured point 3.
So yeah, guys, if you have some more questions, sure.
Attention team, objectives
But
have changed. New
yeah,
points are marked
I
on
can't
the
really
map.
participate
Enemy
in
is capturing point
like
5.
discussions because I'm looking at the monitor and I can't really look up sources and so on.
We detected a hostile drone.
Hostile
Watch out,
drone
they
was
have
saying.
AT team set up.
Oh, okay, that was a bit far. And now I'm spotted. Okay, nice.
The enemy's drone detected us. Destroy it. Enemy's captured point 5. Enemy is capturing point 4.
Player rating by performance in PvE, no. That's not really planned. I know where you're getting at, or what you're getting at, but so far we have no such plans.
We are capturing point 4.
Choice of garages. That's actually something that we wanted to do. I'll have to ask how far along is that, but yeah. Please, please don't don't split your questions to multiple, because I have absolutely no idea what Skutari was asking about. As for the APS mechanics, there should be some sort of a let's say improvement in the next update, because you might remember some time ago, like a long time ago, we were actually talking about
Black Company, capture the marked location and we'll set up 80 pillboxes right away. Black Company, airstrike is ready, capture the marked location and we'll rain hell on them.
So we were like I was saying, one of the things that we were talking about quite a while ago was actually manually activated APS. So as far as I know, this is something that the developers are looking into for 0.31. I don't really know how that's going to work exactly, because I've seen only like very, let's say, very big tasks for that, but manual APS is something that we are looking into. Change the reward system in global operations. Build framework. Okay. I can't really talk. I mean, I don't really know if there are plans for such an overhaul. Skutari, sorry. Just the hard kill, Ishamal. And please don't spam in Korean, please, guys. I mean, I wish I was able to understand Korean. It's a cool language, but yeah. All right. Okay. So this didn't go as planned. All right. Okay. Will they be air vehicles from other nations? Let me think. As far as I know, there will be one more American air vehicle added, but not really from other nations.
Drone ready to deploy. Drone underway. Deploy drone to the marked look. I see a marker, sir. Drone deployed. Attention team, objectives have changed. New points are marked on the map.
Okay.
Enemies capturing
Translate the
point
game into
6.
Spanish? No, that's not planned.
Enemy spotted. Transmitting coordinates.
50-ton tank from cancelled FCS program. Future combat systems. Oh yeah, I know what you mean, but that's not really planned. More premium variants of the existing tanks, like the Revolutions for the Leos. I don't really think that's currently planned. I mean, obviously we do have plans for more premium tanks, because of course we do, but not this specifically, as far as I know. Ah. Yeah, the Abrams model needs to be looked at, but I don't really think that it's planned for immediate future.
Black Company, airstrike is ready. Capture the marked location and we'll rain hell on them. Black Company, capture the marked location and we'll set up AT pillboxes right away.
Guys, moderators, can you like mute John, because I don't really want to read that.
We have captured point 6.
All right, back to the game.
That was close.
Huh? What do you know? Actually, did hit. Oh, it wasn't that hard.
Where do you want these AT teams? That was close. Hostile aircraft inbound.
I suppose.
Black Company needs an ammo drop. Ready when you are. AT team has been deployed. That was close.
Huh. Yeah, Redux, it's definitely Sky Cancer. That's fun though. Well, for me. Pew.
That was close.
I'm just like half of the time I'm not even looking at what I'm at the screen what I'm shooting. So sorry if you expect some specific gameplay from me. Yeah, it's probably
Black
not
Company, capture the marked location and we'll set up AT
the
pillboxes
best
right
person
away.
to watch, but I can answer some questions. When can we put our cameras on type 92 9 oh, and the pattern? Oh, I see. Yeah, that's not really planned. Exluvia.
Hostile aircraft inbound.
No, we don't have plans for level 11 tanks. Sadly enough. There aren't really any candidates for tier 11 anyway. Not yet, and maybe in 5 years if we're still around. More Korean tanks soon, early next year. Yeah, we do have plans for Black Panther. But for now, let's take a look at something a bit more exciting. I'm going to switch off the screen for now. You'll see only the armored warfare key art like this. But I'm still here. And I'm going to launch another thing, and that's a developer build, which is insanely fun because you can do all sorts of shit in there, like turn yourself invincible and so on. Maciek, please don't put the codes right now so they can focus on the exciting stuff, you know. So, big reveal. And why the hell does this not work? Jesus. the Abrams line. Armor buff? Do they need armor buff? I don't know. It's a question for actually for the developers, but I know they were talking about buffing it even further. So, and yes, stuff like M1A1 definitely needs a buff. Definitely. I mean, the M1A1 is one of the worst performers in the game, like across the board. So guys, let's see. So welcome to the dev server, and what I have here is Bradley, but that's not just an ordinary Bradley, because it has, yeah, so infantry. We're going to have infantry. Infantry will be present in the game in the form of active abilities. IFVs, APCs, and that kind of stuff will have them, so everything that kind of sucked, you know, like the OT-64, everybody's favorite, it totally sucks right now. But with infantry, it's going to be fun. So, as you can see, there are 3 types of infantry currently planned. The first is normal 80 guys, like those are like guys with bazookas, and you deploy them. I'll show it. So yeah, I'll show it on the testing ground. So basically, you deploy them, and what they do is they take cover and then they start firing at nearby enemies. They're really nasty, like you'll see. They scale with tier, obviously, so even though the model has like... Oh yeah, I forgot to say everything you see here is work in progress. So this feature won't be ready before November. But it is coming relatively soon. It's coming this season. November, early, middle, something like that. We're here on Alabino polygon. So let's hope it works. Yeah, so it will have animated doors and everything. So basically you deploy these guys and they start firing at enemies. Oh yeah, they're not especially accurate, they fire directly, but they're pretty stealthy, and yeah, they can prepare a very nasty ambush. So here you stop nearby, you can pick them up and move somewhere else, which is cool. The infantry behaves basically like usual objects, so they are like little tiny tanks with not tanks but objects with 0 armor, 1 hit point, so you can kill them if you want to using HE ammo. They fire for now. In this iteration, they fire only at the closest target. In the future, they will be able to fire at targets of your selection. They will be able to set ambushes and so on. So they will be also, for now they are static as you can see, but they will be able to move around and so on. So they are also not very like balanced yet. So you can see that they're having trouble with the Leopard, but yeah, they will be pretty nasty. See, if I try to go near them, they run away. They don't want to be run over. So you can pick them up while standing, move somewhere else, deploy them, and that's what you have. Oh yeah. The Leopard is still closest, but one of them targeted the Stingray. Okay. Yeah, so these are 80 guys. I'm going to show you the other types as well. So like I was saying, APCs will have them, so like OT-64, BMPs, BMDs, so on. Also, some other vehicles, for example, Merkava can carry infantry in real life. Yes, I know, without ammunition and so on, but let's say it can. So it will have a small infantry squad. So next you have snipers. Snipers are two ladies. Should be ladies. I hope. So what snipers do is they have these 50 cal rifles. Yeah, you can run them over Germana, but only, even friendlies can run them over, but they are actively avoiding that. You know, like yes, you can run them over. You can kill them with HE mostly and so on. Snipers. Yeah, so it's a team of two snipers. I think that's the first iteration. Sniper and spotter. They have a 50 cal rifle, and what they do is they are stealthy, and they basically have a really long view range. So you can put them, and they act like a watchtower of sorts. You know, like you can put them on the opposite end of the map. They don't do anything, but they can just spot the enemies for you. So that's cool. They are also expert infantry killers. So they are like anti-infantry. See, here's one sniper. And their final feature is, so they can hide behind a bush, they can spot, but their final feature is look where it's firing. See how it's destroyed? Because they are targeting optics. So they make enemy vehicles blind, even at very long distances. So they're cool, and they're very stealthy. So I think that's all there's to them. You can pick them up, you can leave them somewhere. They're going to spot for you. They're going to fire at enemy and at enemy optics, and yeah, pretty cool, huh? And last but not least, and you're going to love this one. Well, the infantry isn't like we can say that they're robots or something. There's no blood, so I don't think there will be any change in rating. But last but not least, mortar squad, and that's pretty much what you expect. So it's basically your little pocket artillery, which is an awesome idea, I know. So basically, what you can do is leave them behind a bush, or leave them behind a hill, so they are safe, and they will fire indirectly at the enemy. I will demonstrate. Yeah, I mean, they are firing HE rounds, pretty much like artillery. So basically, what can you do is, for example, put them, I don't know, somewhere behind an obstacle, like here. They will set up the mortar. The animations are of course incomplete. And where is he firing? Ah, there. So basically, you can spot for them, and they will fire at enemies. As you can see, the arc is very high. The shots don't fly very fast. So yeah, it's not very effective against moving targets, but it's a great thing against camping enemies. So if you have a guy, for example, hiding behind a bush, and as you can see, the distance is actually pretty considerable. So if you see a guy, for example, behind a bush or in a ditch or behind a hill, he's always camping, you know, like that pesky Leclerc T40. He's waiting there to launch the ATGMs. These guys can really ruin his day. What else? What else? Of course, damage. The damage they do counts towards your damage. They're like your guys. And no, they don't run out of ammunition. No infantry does. Mortars, like self-propelled mortars, are not planned for now because I don't know. It would be too much annoying. But these guys, yeah, I mean, this is fun. So most AFVs, most IFVs specifically, can choose between all three types. Some vehicles, like the smaller ones, will have only one type, for example. The BBL was carrying only a sniper or something like that. I don't remember the exact list, but yeah. So that's how it is. Infantry. Any questions? MBT machine guns. Yes, it's something that we are looking into specifically for this occasion. I don't really know if it will be ready for infantry release. I don't think so because as I'm going to demonstrate. Oh, you can't team kill your own infantry. Okay. But basically, it's really easy to get rid of infantry with HE shells. So that's kind of like suspicious. That's kind of like sufficient. Deployment duration, cooldown, unlimited usage. So basically, you have one squad, and if they die, then you're screwed, unless you respawn. Or I think the ammunition restoration, like the Q key was. Oh my god, I don't want to mess it up, but yeah, the field rebuild kit restores them, and I think the ammunition also, the respawn. So yeah. But like, if they die, they don't automatically respawn in your tank. I mean, you have one squad per, let's say, your life. And well, this is mostly actually I think this is primarily meant as a PvP feature, Capion, but well, I suppose it will also work in a PvE. Amphibian, like, what do you need that for? I mean, in which maps would you realistically use swimming for anything? So yeah. That's freezing style. That's a bug with the repair kits and globs, as far as I remember. Yeah, okay, Psycho Cat. That's like one map. Okay, good. But yeah, it's not something that it's really. I mean, making an entire mechanic, like motion animations and so on, for swimming for one map, that's where it's like really dubious use. Like, for example, the map isn't that big, so you would always see the swimming tank somewhere. And what are you going to do when swimming? Like, you can't, you're slow, you can't duck. So anyway, there's a bigger article about infantry coming tomorrow, so you will get all the details in there. For now, we're just previewing stuff, and see how it nicely flies. I love it. Against camping light tanks, perfect. This is just developer version though. I mean, it hasn't been tweaked yet. It hasn't been balanced, so we'll see how that goes. More types. Well, for the future, I think we also planned an ATG man team, but these are the initial 3 types. Yeah.
Identify target. Awesome,
Mhm.
thanks.
So there you have it, infantry. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you. And can they capture bases? Well, they can't move, so if you leave them in the capture point, yeah, but it's not like their visibility works roughly the same way as a vehicle one, so they have to be spotted. They're fairly small, so they have a pretty high camo factor. But you have to spot them, you have to target them, and yes, they can decap. Their damage works like your damage, you know. So yeah, you can definitely deploy a mortar squad behind a hill next to a cap, and yes, they will decap unless you kill them. Of course, that's not very safe to them. But yes, that's it. That's the big reveal. And before I go, I wanted to show you. Yeah, yeah. Oh, merde. Okay, the Halloween skin I promised. I mean, this is already pretty, but I mean, damn. This is awesome. I love the witch though. It looks really great. Seriously, guys, I think this is the best skin our devs have made to date. But I guess that's just me. Okay. Well then, it's 46. Let me answer some more questions if you have, and then we're going to wrap it up. More maps. Well, it depends which maps. I mean, special operations. There will be some in the next season. There's one more PvP map that was being developed, but I don't really have any ETA for that. Global operations with no wildcards, no bases, only kills. No, that's not planned. Error not being fixed by rebuild kits. Well, I mean, rebuild kits fix field rebuild kits fix modules or health, not error external modules. I think, but yeah, I think that part's intended. New PvE maps. I don't really have any ETA for that, but the guys were discussing something, so yeah. What's next Battle Pass tier 10 rewards? Wouldn't you like to know? Hover tanks, no. Next Battle Pass reward. When it's done, it's done. Reward for aircraft damage, like in global operations? Eh. T15 57mm, yes, that was in plans, but I don't really have any ETA. Killing helicopters and so on. I don't think that's planned. Yeah. New mode war game for the future. So we have labyrinth now and old spec ops, right? Jesus, what was the old? What was the? There was one more planned, but I totally forgot which one was it. Um, it took place on the new PvP map that we didn't implement. Damn it! But yeah, there are more war game modes coming, and one of the things that we were discussing for war games is a horde mode, like survival mode. So that should be pretty cool. Kurganiec is not planned for the near future, but it's in our longer term plans. Solo PvE mode in the future? No, definitely not. This is a MMO game. New rank battles? No. Clan? No, I don't think so. Extension to the T80 line? No, not really. I mean, there's no point. Those vehicles would roughly play the same, like the rest of the T series. I mean, at one point, very very long time ago, the Black Eagle was planned for that, but well, it became a event reward tank. So T72 M4 sees it. Actually, it was a contender for the last battle pass, the T72 M4, but it's kind of like the Vihor, not Vihor, sorry, the Degman tank won the place instead. Two languages added in the future. Actually, I think there is Chinese language. There is a Chinese localization, but only in the Chinese client. I think we can talk to the developers about enabling it, but yeah. What happens to deployed infantry when you die? It stays on the battlefield. They stay. Show us the shadow. Shadow, huh? Um. Mm. Let me check the shadow if it's in any state to be shown, but I'm not sure. BVP 80A in the works. Yeah, I'm going to disable the screen because I have some really interesting stuff that's unfortunately definitely not ready. Okay. So this is the shadow. As you can see, it has a javelin turret. I can try playing it, but I don't really know if it's enabled. Ah, it is. But it's definitely not ready, so don't take it like, you know, don't take it like it's going to work like the way it does now. It's not a finished model. Black Knight new tank onto existing tier 9. I don't think there are any plans for the Black Knight right now. That camera, it's awesome.
Identify. Hostile tank.
Yeah, the animations are of course not really finished.
Identify. Hostile tank. Target locked. Identify target. Hostile tank.
So yeah, the shadow.
Target's gone. Target locked on. Smoke grenade out. Target's gone.
Oh, and it can turn on the spot.
Identify
Okay.
target. Hostile PC.
It's an electric engine car. Ah, it's fun.
Identify target. Hostile. Target locked.
Stealth mode engaged.
Identify. Hostile. Threat destroyed.
That's no autocannon silver. That's just a 50 cal machine gun. So yeah, it's there for just for the show.
Awesome, thanks.
But yeah, it's like I said, it's this thing is not ready. Has the concept of dealers outlived its usefulness? Number of tanks increases and their roles change so much. Huh. That's a very good question actually. Uh some time ago we were actually considering removing dealers altogether. But in the end it didn't happen. So yeah. Well, it's really easy when nothing is shooting you back. Yeah, well, it's a test server, so yeah, of course. Hmm. When will the CATTB and Thumper be introduced? One of them soon. Might be. We'll see. Actually, I haven't seen the model yet, so we'll see. Gepard in Armored Warfare. There was such a plan before, like around 0.19 or before 0.19, but I think it went away with Obsidian. Crab on spot turning option? I don't think so. I mean, I don't think our goal is retrofitting old stuff with new abilities. Like, why? We want to give you like more stuff, you know, like more new stuff. Schützenpanzer Puma. Not in the near future. Spanish version, no. Korean, Japanese tanks, yeah, in the foreseeable future. No, I'm not Polish. Diesel with 20 millimeter. No, not in the near future. Cash for golds. What? Sales coming up? No, I don't think so. At least. Playable aircraft? No. More Yugoslav tanks. As far as I know, no. Swedish CV90? Yes, in the future. Why did you discontinue the line of the month? Because almost nobody was benefiting from it. Very few people were reading the articles and very few people were actually using it. STRVs not in the near future. No plans for Balance 3.0. Oh, that would be cool, Balance 3.0. Nah, players would probably kill us. T80 line will not be continued in the near future. More arty, also not. We don't really know what to do with artillery like right now, but we'll see. PS4 hot size. Sorry, I don't really know what. By the way, just so it's clear, guys, PS4 version. There's no point in asking me because, as you know, Armored Warfare does not anymore belong to my.com, and the PS4 version, the Xbox version stayed with my.com, so you gotta ask them. I have no news about any console development. Yeah, historical things, historical camouflages. We are working on more of those, yeah. Object 640 buff. I don't think so. I'm not really aware, but it could use one. As far as I remember, it wasn't performing very well. Aegis, I can't really comment on anything console related. What's the point of TTB stock cannon? There's some cannon with better penetration to use. Well, Use the better penetration cannon, I guess. We get the options to change country Armata 152. No, that's not planned. Elimination rounds are not planned for the near future, but they were in plans in general, as were other interesting rounds. For example, as far as I remember, there was a plan for the chieftain to actually have either smoke round or an illumination round. I can't really remember. I think it was the smoke round. Yes. More German tanks planned in the not in the near future. The transition to what? I don't really understand. More standalone progression, modern high tiers that aren't up tiered 80 stuff. Standalone. I don't think so. I'm actually not sure, but I don't think so. When and how will the QN be obtainable in the future? Well, not this year. So I think we said it would be in half a year. So that's like after Christmas. But yeah, not this year. Abrams changes. The buff gun busting is not going to help. Well, arguable. I don't know. I know that they wanted to take a look at the armor as well. Base. We are looking into the possibility of returning the base. And don't take it as a promise, but we're looking. Will Altai and Object 490 be available in the future? Yes, but in a very special way. I think it will only be available in the elite loot crates in the next battle pass. You know, like those very special, super progression, super expensive loot crates that give you stuff that you don't already have. So can you show something that on the dev server? Rather not. I think I will be in trouble already with the with the RSTV. Plan changes to battalion missions. That's not a good question for me. I don't know. I would have to ask the designer. Poke me on Discord later and I'll ask for you. Power scaling for iconic MBTs. What does it mean? Like scale them to make up for power creep. Second fill of ammunitions in battle. What does it mean? Like another refill? I can ask, but I don't think that's planned. I think custom battalion emblems. Actually, yes, but only in very specific and pre-approved way. For example, we had the banner bearer contest where players could have their battalion flags introduced to the game, and that's what actually they should be distributed in the near future. As for the scaling, sorry, I skipped that question. I think that's the goal, but I don't really know any specifics. But yeah, it's definitely something that's been on developer minds. Will the story arc ever end, or will it simply evolve on and on? That's a very good question. I mean, there will be a sort of conclusion in the next special operation. I can't really talk about it, but yeah, I mean, you'll see. It's not a conclusion per se. Plus, we are At the moment, we are exploring launching another storyline campaign in parallel to everything else. So, would you like that? What do you think? Shell ejection animations, that's something that was planned for the future, yes, I think. Um, sorry, the chat is too fast. More tanks with shell ejection animations. I think it was for the future. As for the advanced decal system, it's once again something that was envisaged for. Am I pronouncing it right? Envisaged. Oh, gotta look it up. It was something that was intended for Balance 2.0 at some point, but as other plans, it went away with Obsidian, and right now it's on the shelf still, but it has very low priority. Mm. Brand new tank lines coming in the near future. In the future, yes. Special operations 3 looked at. Well, yeah, it's hard with a random group. That's how these things are. L55 for Challenger 2 and the ATDU not for the near future as far as I know, but who knows. Over tanks, no. What happened to mortar tanks? I think they were shelved because they didn't really perform too well. The test wasn't a success as far as I know. It was pretty controversial. Collaborations, events with third parties, well, maybe. We'll see. Ammo cooked visual effects. Well, that's already in the game. Is the game going to get out of beta test? Well, it's released, so I don't know what you mean. Are they moving the server out of Amsterdam? No. Lazar and Patria plans? No. BTR line. What for? I mean, most of them have just machine guns, so no. New artist stuff? Not either. Neither, as far as I know. More violent, like in real world? I think it's fine. Either way, I don't know of any such plans. Advent calendar in Christmas. And are you also asking your parents, like, what are they getting to for Christmas? It's a bit early, you know. Maybe. Freccia still in plans. Good question. I kind of forgot about it. Have to ask. Custom smoke colors. Ooh, that would be a nice monetization thing. Have to ask about that too. Well, more snowman skins, maybe. I know some Christmas skins are planned. Relocation of servers so the game is playable in Australia now. Sorry. Barracuda, come on, that's already in the game. Like OF40 Barracuda. Severe lack of PvP players in NA. Well, I suppose that's really something that we can't do anything about in short term, because it would imply we would have to get many more NA players, and well, the ability to freely paint our tanks. Sorry, it's not really coming. 2A7 making an appearance as either upgrade 2A6. Not for the near future, as far as I know. Server in Asia? No, sorry. Is there a banning system? Yes. Want me to show it to you, personally? How long is live? What? Maybe I could change some other realistic camos for gold. Yeah, I think we could do it. Asian FVs, yes, in the relatively near future. And that's a very tough question, Sherlock. I don't think I can give you an answer from the top of my head. But yeah, there's definitely some sort of a power creep going on, which will need to be looked at. And well, an Asian server exists, but I don't remember the operator. It was Kongzhong. Kongzhong. I don't really know how it's pronounced, but anyway, it's only for China. And yeah, modern cooler tanks in the store instead of the Dan boxes that we have to pay lots of money for. Well, I mean, recently we offered 2 tier 9 premiums for direct sale. And next pass is battle pass is December, yes. As for the stream available, I have no idea. Depends on how I did set the things. We'll see. Anyway, guys, this is probably everything I wanted to show you today. And thanks for attending. And we'll see you next time. I hope there will be next time. We'll see. So, have a nice evening, morning, or whatever. And see you later.